Welcome to the Blizzard Arena.
And the quest for a champion begins today.
The anticipation has been building, and it is finally time. We are live.
Are you ready?
That is a really...
Can you get over the roof there?
Oh my.
Oh my, what a play, what a grab!
Another jump here on the high ground. Super goes forward, but gets stuck off. The EMP comes in, and Ding, he rains down hell from above.
Here comes Pine. Gets one, gets two. Looking for a bit more, gets another one.
Tuno down again. That heralds disaster generally for the Fusion, and Carpe wasn't far behind. Prophet, he's killed 4 players now on his own.
From Vancouver, locks him in the sound barrier. Sound is huge. Another bomb coming from Jono. Oh my God, he does it again.
Flutter now moving onto the Widowmaker, taking the clutch into his own hands. The headshot after headshot after headshot.
Okay, I like this for the Gladiators. We're gonna try and circle around. I will call this the merry-go-round because it makes me laugh. Makes me happy, and Sean Paul switches to the Widowmaker at just the right time!
Oh, the Raven.
What in the Lord's name is that?
That's so good.
I'm the best person in the world.
Oh my word.
I mean, you could have told me that you spoke English, honestly.
The fans never thought they'd see this day. It took 43 matches. Feels like a really emotional moment here.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna. So hello, welcome to the. Okay. If anyone's watching, that is. So we're gonna start with Rings of Power, then we'll get to that later because today is that. So we're gonna start with Rings of Power, and then we'll talk about Snow White later.
War has come to Middle-earth.
This is the work of Sauron.
Our armies cannot defeat him. Once the deceiver obtains a being's trust, he gains the ability to sculpt their very thoughts.
You are wise to fear these rings. In Sauron's hands, they could work an evil beyond reckoning.
Region must not fall. It would be a mortal blow for all Middle-earth.
Sooner or later, Sauron's eye bores a hole. The rest of him slithers in.
You sought peace. I gave it to you. This is hardly a gift. What have you done to me?
What have you done to me?
Who are you? Truly, I am the one keeping the storm at bay.
Sauron is my enemy as much as yours. I can help you destroy him.
I will not stop until this is put right.
Every soul in the seen or unseen world will know that it was you who was the architect of their demise.
At this moment, the great tale of our age is being written.
You think it was only you who put yourself in my power? Galadriel.
Alright, so first off, that was terrible. Second off, yeah, they're trying to do romance between Galadriel and Sauron. It doesn't make sense. I mean, look at the dislike ratio. Yeah, content gold. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. Okay. Okay. So they're trying to make romance between Galadriel and Sauron, obviously, which doesn't make sense because she has a husband and wife, and also in the book she was the only one who was able to sense it was Sauron. So okay, so we're gonna go take a look at Disney. What Disney has, you know. If there's any, you know, aha, here we go. Aha, I mean, this is only 3 minutes long, but it's still important.
Just in, the Walt Disney Company is paying for puberty blockers for children. Take a look at this damning document that was provided to us from an insider at Disney today. As you can see on your screen, if you work at Disney, the company allows you to receive puberty blockers for your child, an irreversible sterilization drug that changes the life of your child forever. Internally, Disney pays a medical plan through Cigna Healthcare. Through Cigna, Disney employees have access to counseling, prescription coverages, provider referrals, and yes, puberty blockers for minors. It all starts with referrals. Employees and their dependents can be referred by their healthcare providers for these treatments, which are then covered under Disney's medical plan with Cigna. Let me repeat this again. This internal document that we received from a whistleblower working at the Walt Disney Company reveals that the Walt Disney Company is paying for puberty blockers that sterilize children and completely change the course of their body forever. This is a new but heartbreaking development in our Disney series. As a response to these tapes that have been coming out, we released the GET video showing what they were doing, putting pressure on their colleagues to make those transitions. But this is a developing story. We're going to be reaching out to Disney for comment again. We talked to multiple vice presidents. They kind of stonewalled us. If you're on the inside of Disney, we urge you to come forward and contact us at Signal 914-315-9415. DM us on social media, and someone from OMG will reach out to you. Thank you so much to those of you inside Disney that have a conscience. Follow your conscience. The public has a right to know. Thank you, and stay tuned. In today's rapidly evolving
We respect the grift.
healthcare landscape and mysterious shortages of medical supplies, being proactive about your health is paramount. That's why our OMG supporters, The Wellness Company, is proud to introduce the ultimate first aid emergency kit, meticulously crafted by its chief medical board to support life-saving readiness. When my team and I are out in the field, we always carry our TWC First Aid Emergency Kit because in an emergency, every second counts. The upgraded kit includes essential items like epinephrine for anaphylactic reactions, several common prescription medications, and many vital first aid supplies. Additionally, it features a comprehensive first aid emergency guidebook with over 40 pages of life-saving information. And you can easily replenish your supply at any time. Every kit purchased is eligible for medication replenishments for up to 2 years after purchase. Order your first aid kit now and save 15% by using code OMG for a savings of $60 and savings of over $100 when paired with a purchase of the medical emergency kit. Whether it's ensuring access to medications, personal protective equipment, or other essentials, our commitment is to empower individuals to take control of their health journey. So order your first aid emergency kit now by going to twc.health/OMG. That's twc.health/OMG. That's twc.health/OMG.
All right, so that's going to be disgusting when that comes out. So, and oh, there's this. So, okay, we're gonna talk quickly about something that is special today for some certain parts of the world. I'm only gonna play the video really quickly. It's only gonna be 2 minutes, but it's kind of a little important to talk about just a little bit. So we're gonna play it real quick and then get back to Disney being a piece of crap.
In honor of this historic day, the National Museum of Korea is showcasing special artifacts to remember those who sacrificed their lives for the nation's independence. Iuni reports.
South Korea celebrates National Liberation Day on August 15th, the day Korea regained independence from Japan in 1945 after 35 years of colonization. This day honors the sacrifices of countless individuals who fought for freedom. This year, the National Museum of Korea is running a special exhibition on the independence movement, focusing on the work of activist Na Seok-ju.
This exhibition is meaningful because it features letters from activist Na Seok-ju, which are being displayed for the first time.
Independence Act.
Okay. I'm not going to go through the entire thing, but hey, you know, I'm alone. Hello. Hello, everybody. I guess I'm alone, but I guess Okay, we're gonna go back. I mean, the rest is just kind of, but hey, that's the original flag. Okay, we're going back to Disney. So.
The hits just keep on coming for Disney, and I know anytime I criticize Disney Star Wars or the Marvel Cinematic Universe or Pixar or the Disney theme parks, the blue-haired weirdos, the very unattractive people with pronouns in their bio, and yes, pronouns in bio immediately means unattractive and no one likes you. That's what it means. I don't make...
Shirley, what the heck? I mean, I'm not going to disagree, but it's just kind of funny.
Make up the rules, I just follow them. That's what it means. And that crowd will sit there and tell you you cannot criticize the billion-dollar company. They will fight for the right for the billion-dollar company to never get any...
Okay, where's the meme? But it's true. They're like, leave the billion-dollar corporation alone, guys.
criticism, ladies and gentlemen. Now this story here. I'm going to be interested how the very unattractive and smelly pronouns in bio crowd responds to this one. This story is wild. F Disney. A doctor died from an allergic reaction at a Disney Springs restaurant despite informing the waiter of her severe allergy. The family filed a wrongful death lawsuit. Disney wants the suit dismissed because her husband signed up for a 1-month trial of Disney Plus back in 2019. And the terms of the free trial require users to arbitrate all disputes within the company. What? I saw Asmongold just uploaded a video on this, and I as soon as I sat down to record this, I got the notification. So we're going to watch this.
This was so fucking stupid. So basically, a doctor, I'll just read it. A doctor died at Disney Springs restaurant from an allergic reaction after being assured that the meal was allergen-free.
Tang Swan, 42 years old, had a severe nut and dairy allergy. According to a lawsuit filed by her husband, they asked their waiter many times if her meal contained allergen.
Now, again, are we fighting for women here? Weirdos with pronouns? Are we fighting for representation, or are we fighting for the billion-dollar company that seems to think that it's okay that their employees basically screwed up and now this person's death is on their hands? But since the husband signed up for a free trial of Disney Plus, not a big deal.
About 45 minutes later, Tang Swan began having severe difficulty breathing and collapsed to the floor.
Scary.
The widower then sued. Disney is now trying to dismiss the suit, arguing that he agreed to arbitrate all disputes when signing up for Disney Plus free trial years earlier.
Disney is trying to get the lawsuit dismissed because Piccolo signed up for a 1-month trial of the company's streaming service in 2019. The terms mandate users settle any lawsuits out of court through arbitration.
Now, you got to admit, the just absolute, scumbaggery of it. That basically you can't sue us because you signed a clause in a completely different thing, which, by the way, it's cartoonishly evil. It doesn't matter, by the way. Anytime that you have gross negligence, which is clearly what happened here, it voids any sort of contractual thing. So it's not even going to stand. It won't work, right? It's just a defense for them to try to, make things take longer. They are arguing that if you bought Disney Plus, they can legally kill you. No, it's that they can legally kill you on accident. Yeah, guys, listen, let's not exaggerate things. Disney isn't that bad, okay?
I hate to laugh at this story, but
it's so ridiculous.
Because it's obviously a horrible story. This is downright terrifying, is what this is. It's scary. It's sad. It's more so like all of the criticism that I've thrown out there against Disney, all of the criticism, And I say that as a former really big fan of Disney. I really I enjoyed their theme parks. We still cover the theme parks here at Geeks and Gamers. We have a theme park channel. We're going to continue to cover those parks so we can tell you what's going on. We're there to be honest about what's going on. Some things work good, some things are bad. It's kind of a mixed bag at this point in time with the theme parks. Whereas 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, it wasn't a mixed bag. It was a phenomenal experience. They did a wonderful job of catering to families and their fans. Now, they don't. They don't do that anymore. And I feel that it's teetering on the side of continuing to be worse and worse for families, for the fans. And that's just the reality of the situation. But we're going to continue to cover it. But every time we criticize them for their social justice propaganda within Star Wars, when they're attacking the fan base, when they're doing the same thing with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, when they're putting identity politics within the Pixar films, don't criticize the billion-dollar company. Don't ever criticize Bob Iger. He's such a great guy. Don't criticize the executives at Disney. Don't do it, apparently. Yet, whenever we are at Disney, and we see employees there, they are fans of Geeks and Gamers, and they continue to say, don't mention my name, but please continue to do what you're doing. Call them out. We are sick and tired of this shit. We are disgusted by what they're doing. But hey, you know, some unattractive fat land whale on Twitter says, protect the billion-dollar corporation. What do you got to say about this one right here? This is absolutely insane. I can't believe that this is happening, but here we are. It's terrible. It's sad. It's very sad for the family involved, and hopefully Disney will pay a severe price for this. I guess we're going to have to see. I'm not an attorney, so I don't know how all that works. What I do know is that the billion-dollar company deserves to be criticized, and criticized a lot. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.
So there's that where Disney is not going to I mean, they're not going to do something because, well, because you signed up for Disney Plus, you can be legally murdered or accidentally killed because of that. Wait. What is this? Hold up. Wait a second.
I can say that I don't think Mr.
When did this come out? Oh, okay.
I can say that I don't think Mr.
Okay. So, yeah. Let's go on talk about Rachel Zegler for a second. Zegler. Yeah, okay, so, new Snow White saw Rachel that, again, she started a controversy, you know, where is it? I mean, she's pretty, but her mouth needs to be quiet. Okay, so she basically thanked for 1 million views on the recent trailer. Then, yeah, CGI. Oh, then she put free pals on. Here's my take. I honestly do not care either way, but have a little self-awareness. Next time, it's like, your co-host is from Israel and you're doing a free Palestine post, maybe think about it a little bit before you do it. That's just my take on it. But I mean, it is just gonna be a little awkward. You're gonna maybe tell from the photos that she doesn't like her. Either way, Rachel Zegler just needs to be quiet. I mean, that's just the state of it. That's all I'm gonna say on it, is that, Rachel, please, you're making your movie worse. I mean, this movie is not gonna do that good. I mean, I already made a video on that the trailer itself was getting roasted, and well, here we are now. So we're gonna we'll talk about that if anything else comes up, but for now that's all that's come up. I mean, she was fine. I watched the Hunger Games movie yesterday, and it was fine, but all her movies have done poorly, so we're gonna see another failure from Rachel Zegler in the movie section. So that's that. And now we're gonna go look at this video. Which, hey, gaming companies do deserve the hate. If you make a terrible game, you deserve to get you deserve for the people buying your game to talk about it.
Do video games and video game companies deserve all the hate that they are getting right now? That is a conversation that's going on social media after this clip of Nadeshot started to make the rounds. And if you don't know who Nadeshot is, he's the CEO of 100 Thieves. He's a former professional Call of Duty player. He's legit. He's been around for a long time. So I just wanted to qualify who he is before we get...
Just so you know, Nate, 100 Thieves isn't going to beat Team Liquid in the LCS playoffs. Just little esports banter right here, Nate. It's going to be Cloud9 or Team Liquid winning the summer split. 100 Thieves might get third or fourth, but they're not winning. Sorry to say, but your League of Legends team is not going to win. Also, if you're playing Valorant, from what I've heard, why is your team not in the playoffs as well? Just wondering this.
Get into this for anyone that doesn't know. But the question is, do they deserve the hate? Let's listen to what he has to say, and then I will respond.
There's something weird that has happened in the gaming community. I'm serious, too, when I say this. For some reason, everybody in the gaming community wants games to fail.
I do not agree with that at all. No one wants games to fail. They want games to be awesome, and
we don't want games to fail. We want games to not suck, is the thing.
What's promised to them. And that has been a problem with the video game companies and a lot of these AAA titles, is that they are presenting themselves as one thing, and then once it releases, they completely fuck it up. So I disagree at the beginning of this that people want games to fail. They don't want games to fail. They want games to be great, and they want them to honor the source material. They don't want them to be changed for diversity or DEI points. So when you have a game that is already ruined from the beginning with the DEI bullshit and the social justice propaganda, then yes, you're going to have people cheering against that, wanting it to fail. But if you have a game that comes out, look at Halo Infinite. Massive, massive boom when Halo Infinite came out. Why? Because people still want Halo to be good. And Halo Infinite was a massive success. And what happens? They fucked it up after this massive launch because they don't actually care about the gamers or the gaming community.
Very bizarre. Like, the whole thing with XDefiant is still, like, stumps me to this day. People complain about not having enough games to play. But when new games come out, even before they have played it, they're like, that game sucks. I'm not going to play it.
Now, with XDefiant, I don't know, man. I feel like the problem with XDefiant is they kind of missed their window. I played the beta when it came out. I wasn't blown away by it. It's not bad. I want to be clear. It's not bad. But... I don't even think that the developer was saying this, but the narrative surrounding the game from a lot of gamers was that this is a Call of Duty killer. And there's every first-person shooter that comes out, people call it a Call of Duty killer. That's not going to happen. But XDefiant came out, and they had that beta.
Every time a game gets called Call of Duty killer, the game eventually drops off and dies. You're basically killing your own game by calling it Call of Duty killer.
And then everything just kind of went radio silent for a long time. And it was wondering, like, is this game even going to come out? And I haven't played it since it came out. Like I said, I played the beta.
It was okay.
didn't blow me away. So I don't know specifically what he's talking about right there. Maybe he's just talking about people aren't playing X Defiant, but I just think the game's not. I don't think it's a bad game. I just think it's not that great, at least from my experience.
Listen, man, if we keep tearing down these studios trying to make good games, like, yeah, not every single one is going to be fun and not every single one is going to be a hit. But if we're sitting here, like, preying on its downfall before the game even comes out, what do you think's going to happen? Nobody's going to be investing in gaming and making new games. And you're not going to have shit to fucking play. You're going to be sitting here playing MW2 Remastered Edition. You're going to be sitting here trying to play fucking the same old games for the 1,000th time because these billionaires and fucking multi-billion publishers, they're not going to greenlight any new games, any new concepts, any new.
Well, I can understand. I do understand the point he's trying to make there. I mean, if you've been watching me for any significant amount of time, you know I'm a huge fan of Titanfall and Titanfall 2.
What? I never would have guessed.
And I'm incredibly disappointed. I'm never going to get over the fact that Titanfall 2 essentially failed. It did sell pretty well and it had a pretty strong user base, but it didn't turn the needle like it needed to turn it. And I still don't understand that. I still do not understand it because I do believe the Titanfall and Titanfall 2 were the Call of Duty killers. They could have been. The game is that good. It's better than Call of Duty. It's the best first-person shooter ever made from a multiplayer standpoint, in my humble opinion. But it didn't succeed. The first game came out on Xbox. It was an Xbox exclusive, even though it was on PC eventually, or if I remember, but it was an Xbox One exclusive. It didn't have a campaign. I absolutely loved the multiplayer. And then Titanfall 2 came out, and it was on PlayStation 4 and on Xbox. And I was like, oh, this is it. This is the big moment for Titanfall. It's going to be on multi-platforms. It's going to be a huge success. EA fucked up the released it between, I think, Battlefield and Call of Duty because EA's retarded. And it got rave reviews. People love the campaign. People love the multiplayer. But it just never really got that next level traction. And then Apex Legends becomes the focus for Respawn, and we're never probably going to get a Titanfall 3. So I understand what he's saying from that perspective. But let's listen to the rest first.
IP. I mean, I try to put myself in the shoes of myself when I was like 16 years old, but I can't. I was excited for new games when they came out. The problem is now we have too many options. We've seen too many different games. We've seen too many different ways to interact with games. Like, back in the day, bro, in 2007, when Halo 3, Gears of War 1, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare dropped the same fucking year.
Good times.
Bro, we were lined up outside of GameStops, whether it was in a mall or attached to a fucking Hollywood Video.
Yep.
Sitting there waiting, camped out, drinking fucking Mountain Dew, waiting for these new games.
Hell
for the
yeah.
midnight release. Everybody was so excited about it. Now when new games come out, we're fucking sitting around a goddamn fire witch artifact, like doing a satanic ritual for the game to fail miserably. I don't really get it.
See, that's where I disagree with him. Halo Infinite, massive, like I said earlier,
we were excited for Halo Infinite, but unfortunately, the game itself and 343 also, it failed. I mean, 343 screwed up, not doing some things they promised they would, and the game was just meh for months before they actually did anything with it.
It came out and it was a huge success. I was playing Halo Infinite. We were having a blast playing Halo Infinite, and then they screwed it up. Look at Battlefront 2017. Do you remember
outside the horrible campaign and the god-awful microtransactions that were at the start, it wasn't terrible.
All of the excitement around Battlefront 2017 when they announced it, and then the loot boxes controversy happened. Now, I enjoyed Battlefront 2017, and eventually the game got really good 2 years later. But they screwed it up because they lost the people before the game even came out.
I mean, EA has the most downvoted Reddit thing on Reddit. They have the world record for the most downvotes on a Reddit post. On Reddit.
out because of their shitty business tactics. That's what this
I mean, they also spawned a subreddit called the Fuck EA.
comes down to. There are games out there that people will go out and support and love. Now, the X-Defiant situation, which you brought up, I don't really know what he's talking about there, outside of the fact that maybe X-Defiant is running into a Titanfall situation where it's just people are loving it, but there's just not enough people playing it, and it's not turning the needle. I don't really know what he means by that. I haven't heard anything negative about X-Defiant at all. I mean, but every time a Call of Duty comes out, look at Warzone. Look how successful Warzone was, and they screwed it up. Why do I keep going back to Fortnite? I keep saying this about Fortnite. Fortnite is that chick that she's not the hottest chick, all right? She's not going to do all the crazy stuff. She's not the chick you're going to meet that's going to do all the crazy stuff, but she's the one you can trust. She's going to have a cooked meal for you home every night, and you don't have to worry about her. You know, Call of Duty, Titanfall, all these other games, Halo Infinite, that's the hot chick that you're going to have a lot of fun with. But guess what? Don't trust her, because she's probably got some diseases, and she's probably going to the next person that has more money. Okay? That's gaming right now. And Fortnite is just that solid, safe choice that's always there. And that's
someone who used, like Jeremy over here, who used to hate Fortnite because of no build and stuff. The game is actually good. I hate to say it, but it is the quote unquote old reliable.
That's why I keep going back to Fortnite, because all the other chicks are crazy as hell, and they got diseases, and all they want is money. So Fortnite's just there, and it always works, never fails. And then if you bring in all the other games, I mean, look what Cyberpunk 2077, look at the massive fan base that was created in the anticipation for Cyberpunk, only to come out and screw up completely. Every one of these games comes out and they are screwed up.
I mean, that's how discs were good, because the discs, when you had discs, the game had to be good on release. And there was no patch or this, that, whatever.
They're broken. There's issues with it. And this is why you're seeing so much negativity in the gaming community. It's not because gamers are just hating to hate. It's because they have been disappointed time after time after time after time. And you're seeing the reaction to that. That's why you're seeing such a negative response to all of these games right now, because the gaming industry has failed gamers. And gamers are now at a point where they don't trust them anymore. That's my take on it. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged.
Yeah, so that's makes sense. I mean, oh, here's the backlash thing. What is this?
Okay, so here's my theory, and I told this theory to Ethan.
Okay, let's look at Rachel Zegler's interesting backlash she decided to make after the trailer of Snow White.
More Disney drama surrounding Rachel Zegler. Rachel Zegler is quickly becoming one of the most unlikable people we have seen in Hollywood in several years. And that's...
The sad thing is she's actually attractive, and, I mean, she can somewhat act, depends, but her mouth just makes it unbearable to watch anything she's in.
Speaks volumes, because a lot of people in Hollywood are very unlikable, but Rachel Zegler continues to show how incredibly unlikable she is. She has no respect for the source material at all, and now we're seeing the reaction to the first trailer for the live-action Snow White movie, and it's getting absolutely wrecked. But she said something today on Twitter that has been very, very interesting, and there's been some very interesting responses to that. So first, before we get to what she said on Twitter, let me remind you of this interview right here from Rachel Zegler.
I mean, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
Oh, the condescending voice of that.
There's a big focus on her love story.
It's a fairy tale. What did you expect? Violence? I mean, yes, there is that. But what did you expect? A love story with a fairy tale? It's a fairy tale. What were you expecting?
With a guy who literally stalks her.
What? That's not how. She didn't. He didn't stalk her. He loved her. It was true love's kiss. That's kind of how a fairy tale works. I mean, have you watched Have you watched Sleeping Beauty either? You could say the same thing for Sleeping Beauty. Oh, Prince Philip stalks Aurora. It's like, no, they were in love as well. That's kind of how a fairy tale works.
Weird. So we
Ah, there's the boys.
didn't do that this time.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because like we cast a guy in the movie, Andrew Burnap, great dude. It's it's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. I mean...
So that's...
Well, isn't that a lovely person?
It's Rachel Zegler in her interview talking about the movie and her pure disgust for the original animated classic that Walt Disney created.
And Lily is the reason Walt Disney even is a company. Reminder that...
becoming a common theme.
Wait. That they would have lost money and they would have gone bankrupt if it wasn't for Snow White earning and making as much money as it did.
At the Walt Disney Company, that they kind of despise Walt and all of his vision.
Oh, they treat Walt as much as with the same respect they treat George Lucas, which is none, and they want to replace everything he made.
In creation, that's been pretty obvious. But of course, we do have the live action trailer now, and guess what?
It feels soulless and bad.
What? 460.
Oh, wait. Let me go check right now what the ratio is like right now. Let's see. Okay. Where is it? Give me a second. Oh. Yeah, let's just... Oh, here we go. Okay. So we're at 670K to 646 dislikes, and oh, that's worse. This was yesterday, and this is today's. So, yeah, it's really bad. I mean...
downvotes, nearly 500,000 downvotes.
It's at 600 now.
On this trailer, the people have spoken and they don't like it. They don't like it at all. They don't want anything to do with this. It's getting crushed. So Rachel Zegler decides to go on Twitter and says, "I love you all so much. Thank you for the love and the 120 million views on our trailer in just 24 hours. What a whirlwind. I'm in the thick of rehearsals for Romeo and Juliet, so I'm gonna get out of here. Bye now."
And that would have been fine if she stopped there, but of course she can't help herself.
Hey, I mean, whatever. Not a terrible statement. She said what she said. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter that everybody hates it, which they do. But then she follows up with, "And always remember, free Palestine."
That's a little awkward considering your co-host is from Israel.
Well, I'm not here to get into the back and forth between all of that. I am going to get into the point of you're actually promoting something for Disney and you're making a political statement. Interesting. Our very own Drunk 3PO has a great question here. Hey, Rachel Zegler, big fan. Just a question. You post some things that some might say are politically controversial. Are you worried that Disney might fire you and remove you from all future projects for your stance because they did the same thing to Gina Carano? Or are you okay with these kinds of posts? It's a simple question.
Jay is always right.
For Rachel Zegler and for Disney. We all know the answer to that question. It's the hypocrisy.
It's a big fat no.
That we continue to see over and over again from the Walt Disney Company after what they did to Gina Carano and how they have no problem with Rachel Zegler running her mouth about her politics, but apparently Gina Carano couldn't do it. And of course, the Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler dynamic has created a lot of questions. This is a Israeli website, and Gal Gadot's colleague in Snow White calls for free Palestine. Rachel Zegler, the actress starring in Disney's highly anticipated remake, posted a pro-Palestine tweet that sparked an online storm. Within hours, the tweet garnered over 250,000 views and numerous responses, predictably split between those supporting her statement and those backing Gal Gadot. Rachel Zegler, known for her role in West Side Story, is now playing Snow White in Disney's live-action remake, has stirred controversy with her public...
So that's how she became popular. The Spielberg West Side Story. Isn't that interesting?
Public support for Palestinians. Despite sharing the screen with Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen, Zegler does not hesitate to express her political views, especially concerning the Israel-Palestinian conflict. 3 days after the official release of the first trailer and the highly anticipated live-action version of Snow White at Disney's fan convention, and following a wave of anti-Semitism and pro-Palestinian attacks on Gadot online, Zegler decided to make clear which side of the conflict she supports. And here you go. So yeah, it's a shit show. It's an absolute shit show. And again, Jay's question is the perfect question. If they did it to Gina Carano because she shared a controversial political opinion, why are they not doing something to Rachel Zegler? Why are they...
Or Pedro Pascal, Mark Hamill, Mark Ruffalo. All these people that say, hey, half the country or half the American country are a bunch of 1945 Germans and want you dead, basically.
And they're not stepping in with Rachel Zegler. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? But it's just more Disney hypocrisy. And Disney's dealing with a lot right now with their theme parks. There's a massive controversy going on with their theme parks after the announcements at Disney D23. Now you have this live-action Snow White trailer, live-action, that's getting absolutely wrecked. No one is looking forward to this. Everyone's roasting it. And now Rachel Zegler is stepping on a landmine right now on social media. And you have a lot of controversial takes on one side or the other. Where does Disney stand? Well, we know one thing's for sure. They don't like Gina Carano talking about conservative opinions and conservative values. That's what we do know. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.
Oh yeah, they hate yeah. Yeah, they hate them. They despise. They want you dead. They despise anybody who literally anybody. Oh. Hey, here's a good fantastic. Yeah. If you are let's say if you are have a simple thinking brain and it's like what Disney if you have a simple thinking brain, Disney does not like you. They want you dead, or they think you're terrible and they're wrong, and because of that, yeah. Because yeah, they just despise you. They just not that. Okay, that's wrong. But yeah, it's just okay. No, all right. Okay, quick. Actually, I'm going to make the announcement now. Actually, it's a good time. Because yeah, her one thing I'm gonna say is that I'm afraid for the Tron movie. Let's just do where okay is okay, so we're going to yeah go this there we go. Okay, so that's yeah okay there. Quick announcement is that starting next week I'll be switching my. If this is for the people who actually watch it watch the replay. Next week I will be switching my video schedule to Monday, Tuesday instead of Wednesday because I have something on Wednesday now. Now that it's school time year, so we will be switching it to Tuesday instead of Wednesday like it usually has. But live stream will continue on Thursday, and that's about that. And yeah, that's the end of the that's the only thing I have to say. So if you replay it, just know that Tuesday is now the secondary video. Okay, with that said, we're just about done. Let's see. Oh, let's take a look at this bad one.
It's time.
Yeah, this, in my opinion, let's see, look at the dislike. Oh my goodness. Actually, it's not bad. Sadly, it's not that bad. Unfortunately. I mean, 2019 did well. Let's see if this does any good, if this is any good at all. But I think this is going to be worse than the 2019.
I'll tell you a story. A story of a cub, not much bigger than you.
So just to be clear, we're not in this story?
There's a lot of stories with all of us. Tell one of those.
Long before they became legends, Mufasa and the prince who would come to be known as Scar became brothers.
Hello, what's your name? Mufasa. I told you to wait for me. We can't just leave him here.
Rules are rules, Tucker. The king will never accept a stray.
I'm not a stray. I'm just lost.
We do not associate with outsiders. Taka is the future king. We must protect the bloodline.
But, Dad, I saved his life. I have a secret, Mufasa. I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother.
Sometimes I get a scent. It's barely a trace on the wind. And it smells like home. Then it's gone.
You and Taka together, that is home. Now both of you go. Find your place in the circle of life.
The circle is broken. There will be one Lion King.
Mufasa, run!
We must fight together.
If we fight, we die! Just to be clear, I never signed up for this!
I'm here to protect you, my brother.
Mufasa! This was a bad idea! We're alive! I did it! I saved us!
You were saying?
It feels so lifeless. Yeah, okay. Hello, person that's coming at the end, but we're still here for a few more minutes. But the movie feels very lifeless. It like it's how okay. Hey, it's all good. Hey, thank you for coming at the end. I'll take any view I can get. I mean, I'm not mad. Or, I mean, I'll just, I mean, hey, come any time. I'm not gonna be, no, like I'm gonna, come anytime you can. I'm not gonna shame people for not, whenever. So if you like it, if you like this, subscribe or maybe subscribe if you enjoy. If not, I tried. But the Mufasa just feels lifeless and just really bad. Like, how do we have? Let's see. How do we have Narnia, which was like 10 years ago, look more alive than, yeah. Okay, one question is, how does this look more realistic than something coming out this year? Oh, there's the comment right there. More a remake than the live action Lion King. Yeah, how does that have? How does that? Ah, thank you very much for that. Thank you. Yeah, how does how does Mulan look? I mean, Aslan look. How does that look more realistic than the Lion King movie and Mufasa? That's kind of sad. All right. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, also you have freaking Liam Neeson as the voice for Aslan. Like, man.
This is our last time here, isn't it?
Just like Peter and Susan.
Like, you have Liam Neeson as the voice, which is also pretty good. Yeah, they just CGI'd because they're cheap. I mean, you saw that with the Snow White as well, as they are very cheap. Alright, see ya. I'm gonna end it anyway right now, so thanks for coming in Thanks for coming in. I will be here. I'll be back Monday, and starting next week, we'll do Tuesday instead of Wednesday, so thank you for coming in, and hey, all good. Today was kind of difficult because there was things that happened. And see you next week.
Welcome to the Blizzard Arena.
And the quest for a champion begins today.
The anticipation has been building, and it is finally time. We are live.
That is a really.
Can you get over the roof there? Oh my.
Oh my, what a play! What a grab!
Another jump here on high ground. Super goes forward but gets stuck off. The EMP comes in and ding, he rains down hell from above.
Here comes Pine. Gets one, gets two. Looking for a bit more, gets another one. Tsuno's down again. That heralds disaster generally for the Fusion, and Carpe wasn't far behind. Prophet! He's killed 4 players now on his own.
From Vancouver, locks him in the sound barrier. Sound the bomb coming from John. Oh my god! He does it again!
Flutter now moving onto the Widowmaker, taking the clutch into his own hands. The headshot after headshot after headshot.
Okay, I like this for the Gladiators. We're going to try and circle around. I'm going to call this the merry-go-round because it makes me laugh. Hey, speed up, and short ball switches to the Widowmaker just at the right time.
Oh, the Raven!
best tracer in the world.
You could have told me that you spoke English, honestly.
The fans never thought they'd see this day. It took 43 matches. Feels like a really emotional moment here.
Sorry.
All right. I will see y'all next week.